the live broadcast, and I think we're online. That's it. It's important to be punctual. The camera's right here, and I've got another monitor like set up properly now, so I can I feel like I'm in some kind of space station. Yeah. What a journey this has been. Yesterday, I was no longer able to access my TDSB email account, and there's a lot of mixed emotions that kind of go into these kind of things, but I can't access it, so I did delete it off my phone, and again, a whole slew of emotions. We'll unpackage that at a later time. John, my man, I appreciate you pulling up. We're gonna unpackage those emotions at a later time, at a later date, because it's important. You have to do that. But right now, it's just gonna go into storage in a little box. We'll push it off yeet it into a corner. Yeet it into a corner. Why do I still talk like? It's just language. But after that, I went outside, to touch grass and to clear my head a little bit and to reconnect with one of my oldest friends, Aleem Royce Miller. Hopefully I'm not gonna get in trouble saying his name on stream here, but he is a dear friend of mine, and in my opinion, an excellent videographer. So I went on set yesterday to learn. That's basically it. I was just there to shadow. But what an experience, and we'll do a long format video for that later on, and I think I want to visit on a few more occasions, spend a little bit more time reconnecting, that way we can tell a proper story. Music's a bit loud. See, John, this is why I need you to tell me these things. Bring the music down just a smidge, and we can continue to rock out to the aptly named A Story of My Life. Let's take a quick moment. Oh, my Stream Deck, why are you not working? Oh, you're supposed to be working. Maybe if I just click on face. Huh? It's supposed to give me a different scene. Where are these scenes at? Scenes. Corner. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I have to plug the Stream Deck back in later. Better volume. Better volume. Maybe that's a good thing. Gives me a chance to start over. Bubblebee, welcome to the stream. But that's the thing about live streaming, right? Is you can't really run it back. Like, if I say something grossly inappropriate, like that's on me. Like I'm cooked. But that's also what's cool, because now the views and the opinions that are expressed on this channel, on all my socials, are uniquely, unapologetically my own. Hey, right? My life incoming. There you go. Yeah. But no, right? Look at this. Couldn't have picked a more interesting, track here. Story of my life. But maybe we will dig into more lore. I know there's been a lot of chatter about did you do this? Some of them sound like almost like tall tales. Like, y'all have to tell me in the chat here what you've been hearing. So right, that way I can at least confirm or deny. I can confirm, deny, or just vaguely smile, and leave it up to interpretation for you watching at home. Was he really there? Did he really do that? I don't know. But I promise you honesty, and you might notice that today I'm rocking a different fit. I'm rocking a different mug. These are jokes, and we can now make more of these jokes because I'm a YouTuber now, presently. You're like, what, the pivot? It's like, well, okay, maybe the first pivot is, change what the classroom looks like. Okay, if the classroom has been on a portable, some of you remember the portable, heating issues, internet issues. But if it's, inside of a school, right, that's a typical classroom. It's space, right? How do you define that space? You define it as what you learn. Do you define it as how you felt while you're learning? I don't know, maybe that allows us now to explore, right? Extrapolate, stay with me here. But we're gonna try to now turn this space into our lunch classroom, question mark? Yeah, I'm just gonna call this like room 102 for the time being. Room 102 is a very, very special place in my heart. And again, if you know the significance of that. But if you don't, that's okay. You know, it's a great room. Like there's levels to this. There's room 102, and there's room 102, and then it's like, anyway. Like, is this guy for real? Is he drinking from a mug that features the gingerbread man? I don't know. They're never gonna catch me. I mean, yeah. There's nothing to catch. Like, that's the whole point, right? Like we're just here. The classroom changed, right? That's just it. Like welcome to the lunch hour. But today's all about how to video, because if I don't actually how to video, then it's gonna be a bit of a, like, it's misleading, right? It's like clickbait. So we are going to how to video, and that's gonna start with us, putting the music in a corner. Nobody puts baby in a corner. But we are, yeah, look at that. I have a Discord and everything too, right? And it's called What the Pivot. Come through for those of you who are fans of gaming on the Stream Deck. Not being there is actually, like, this is the first time the Stream Deck's just like not showing up, and I gotta figure out what's going on. Oh, maybe it's just a plug, maybe just a loose connection. Yeah, just a loose connection. Please hold. Okay, so this is what a Stream Deck looks like. There you go. And it's actually quite thin, right? And it's cool. It's snazzy. Uses a USB-C connector. I could do tech videos, like unboxing videos, like just hiding in the bush. But it also comes with this brick. Okay, and this brick here takes him a nice little bit of real estate on the table. You're like, he's actively stalling. He doesn't know how to video at all. I do. I actually, all my socials and stuff has a lot of videos, has a lot of proof of evidence, proof of concept. It's just that I can't do it on a computer because I don't know. I don't have enough experience. Yes. Being chased. Oh God. And I'm dead. That's basically, the audio summary of content warning. It's John, you being an excellent host, and then me dying in a fantastic way. Oh, and I just realized this camera's completely off. If I just drag this over here, the black bars go away. Right? Is that actually how this works? Oh God. Practice makes perfect. Look at that. Oh, we're in frame now. Yeah. Took a minute. I was watching a little bit of the VOD. I was like, why is there this black line? And man. Anyway, let's go back over here to Linus Tech Tips, because this is a USB-C connector, and this we're clearly not connecting. So if we just plug it in, we should be able to have our Stream Deck back. This moment brought to you by Geek Squad. Oh. And you're like, damn, you just made fun of Geek Squad? I swear, Geek Squad gets called in to unbox a PS5 and plug it in. That's an actual story. But now, hey, look, a camera. Oh, look at that. Look at the camera. Oh, the cable's not long enough. Poor planning. But look, it lights up now. And if I just alternate between these two programmable buttons, look at me go. Crank that. We learn together. Here we go. Yeah, we learn together. And so, yeah, I literally have this aptly named, you can barely see it, but big and corner. There it is. What's big? Well, it's in the corner. Again, these are jokes, right? I can now vibe with y'all. Here, let's look at what else I've been getting up to. Let's put this back up. I've been looking for an identity. He's still not talking about how to video. That, folks, is the art of yapping. The art of yapping is to actively stall your audience, and just kind of edge them along, But I've been looking for an identity here, and I think Royal Purple, courtesy of my wife, is the way to go. Okay, so let's learn together here. Royal Purple has the following hex code. right? Computer science moment. Post animation is about 6 characters. They are alphanumeric, okay, and it always starts with a hashtag. So this is not to say, hey, like hashtag trending, hashtag YouTube, hashtag we here now, hashtag new classroom, but literally like 6C3 BAA is this purple, like that. That's just it, and we can confirm this, right? We can confirm this by going into Photoshop. And like Photoshop is just such a... Hold up. Oh no. Uh-oh. Yo. Okay. Let's it was at that moment he realized. So my my Adobe account has been linked to my TDSB account. Roy Kent. Fuck. Okay. The show must go on. We ball. Can I still TSDB? See, this is how you know I'm kind of. Wait. There you go. Let's watch it in HD here as. I feel like if I told some of you what my password is, some of you will probably cry. So my account's been locked. I can contact support person to unlock it. Right. Improvise, adapt, overcome. F in the chat for Ghost, everyone. F in the chat for Ghost. National heroes, they come and go. But true beauties, they're legends forever. Stay gold. Well, so there goes Photoshop, Illustrator. Like, how do I... My avatar! my avatar! Damn it! Okay, hang on, we're gonna put the camera back on myself here while I wrote in the Discord, like, come watch me problem solve, and phew, okay, this is why it's important, to have backups of backups. I do actually have the PSD here. I do also have the Illustrator logo, so at least I can pivot out. That's the moral of this story. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Yeah. This story has only just begun. Yeah. Right, and actually, yeah, for a moment I thought about running with something like this. Thanks for reminding me. That's... Okay, go away. You're not wanted here. You have my screen. This is what I was going for a little bit. Not an original logo, not an OC, not original content. But I'm glad we changed it up a little bit. So I just have to. Oh, did I say? Oh, I saved the PSD. Look at that. I see. I'm okay with this. We are gonna. It's okay. I'll be fine. I've erased enough stuff, and that's not to say that I'm like just purging, but maybe sometimes that's important. Oh, how do I even log in here? Oh, mercy! I can't even delete off my computer. Roar of unhappiness. Fuck. Okay, well, how do I get in now to delete the program? That's for git. Can I just all of it? Just all of this. Just go away. Uninstall. Just get off my system. Could uninstall. You still create? Of course I do. How? Chat, what do I do? what do I do? Like that's a significant amount of space here. Like this is, math be mathin', but these are some gigs. A few gigs. How do I? Joseph, when you're watching, help me. When you finally like see this, help me. Text. Text help. Okay. So, again, we adapt and overcome, right? That's guess that's stuck on my computer for now. Wow. All I want to do is make a video. But you're like, sir, you can just open DaVinci Resolve. I could, and I will. I just let me recalibrate myself here for a moment. Yeah. Canva, yes, Canva's the way to go. And Le Photopia. I'm gonna actually put the big face back on me for a second here. Yeah. Mordenkainen, I need your help. Come through. I need your help. How would you? I need tech support. I'm phoning a friend. Mordenkainen, good sir. Unless you would like to be called something different. Mordenkainen. It will be how I'll continue to address you. How do I remove an Adobe? I could just Google it, I guess. Right, but remove typing. So yeah, I make more mistakes when I'm flustered. That's for sure. But hey, I should play Spider-Man. Maybe that's what the pivot. Like you thought you came here to watch me edit a video, and I place this under the educational kind of like tool too. But how do I get rid of these programs if I'm unable to log into Creative Cloud because my email and username are inactive? Like my TDSB account is like gonzo. But I can't I should just Google that, right? Like let me Google it for you. How to uninstall? Let's put this. Let's do this together. Right? Royal Color Purple. How to uninstall not apps, but Adobe without signing in, without logging in. Look at that. Can't uninstall apps without an account. You can use the Adobe Creative Cloud removal tool. There you go. Look at that. Problem solved, everyone. We did it. Thanks, chat. Canada. En français, Qu'est-ce que c'est l'outil Creative Cloud Cleaner? Well, Creative Cloud Cleaner est une utilitaire. There you go, it's an app. C'est une appli, right, qui permet aux utilisateurs expérimentés de nettoyer les installations corrompues. I'm sure it's corrupted. Il supprime, deletes ou corrige les fichiers posant problème et résout les problèmes d'autorisation dans les clés de registre, even in your registry. So if I just go reg edit and delete everything, maybe not the best idea. Premières étapes, exécuter l'outil de collecte de journaux pour une sauvegarde de vos fichiers journaux. All right. Okay. So here are all the steps. Okay, see, look at that. We will do this later. Let's get back to video editing, right? This is what you came for. So let's first start with, I guess, a quick look at the tools we used yesterday. We were at the Lula Lounge with Royce Visuals, and these are just folks you can follow on Instagram. I don't know where their socials presence would be outside of that, but it's at Royce Visuals. I'll just write this in the chat. And we've also got Chef Elias, who I met yesterday, and it's just like such a cool guy. But I don't know his handle off the top just yet. I think it's like Chef something 416. Literally, that's it. Is this at Chef Elias 416? Is a specialist in Peruvian cuisine, and all the dishes that we featured, we also ate, and it was just so like cool to be a part of that world. So thank you to the two of you for inviting me in, with again open arms and in terms of like skill set, it's like what can I offer from over here? Like I'm a high school teacher, was a high school teacher, still am a high school teacher. I legit am. It's just I'm a freelancer. Hey, I always used to joke that I was a mercenary. I think I'm finally like living out that dream or that label. Is that a good label? Let me know in the chat. But tools of the trade, I got my phone here, trusty phone. I literally this is my life. Please hold. Just to show you I'm not making this up. General, about. I mean, I'm just gonna try to do this, but I don't know if you can see. But anyway, phone's name is Lifeline. Like I can't be making this stuff up. It was also one of my mains in Apex Legends, so it all kind of big things, big things. I don't know, if you play the game, you understand. You don't have to call the butler. Go to take out the trash myself. Just stuff like that. Like, you understand what I'm saying. But tools of the trade include the phone. Okay, so I got distracted there. I have focus issues. Then I've also got this Go 3, which is just the most, in my opinion, most thoughtful present from my mother-in-law. Like, she was just like, hey, like, you're making content and stuff. Like, here's a tiny camera. Like look how small and cute this thing is. It is just the cutest. And lets you take some very cool footage. You can actually sync it up. I'll try to turn this on. I was having so much difficulty with this yesterday, and I didn't want to make things worse. Like, sometimes I just kind of, like, I think I hide it well at school, but sometimes, like, those who know me know that sometimes I just have these like little fits, and it's like I just need to like be a little bitch for a bit, like, and like I'm okay. But anyway, so that's how this stuff works, and it's like there it is, little camera, right? So, and then it just snaps in, and it's you do this correctly, sir. Do it on camera. Look at the camera, look at the preview, and magnets drops on the ground. Yeah, it's cool. Right, it comes with like wearable stuff too, so you can like put on a pendant, put on your ball cap, and get some very unique shots. Right, imagine this like on an RC car. Right, this thing's super cool. But I will have to do a little troubleshooting with that, and water break, hail hydrate, and my absolute favorite new toy here is the Ray-Ban Metas, and this was a present from my wife. So yeah, you gotta just acknowledge all the love and supports you've got in terms of going for your dreams, pushing for the things you want. Yeah, it's actually really cool. Like so much of just these items, these tools of the trade here come from a place of love and come from consideration. Like, hey, like you're doing this thing, like go get him, Tiger. Thanks. Thank you. So those are my tools of the trade. These things I just kind of carry around. It's fun, and my phone. And we took some fun footage over here. We're just gonna plop that back into the corner. The key to success is to not show too much. I mean, what? The key to success is to share everything. Reveal your deepest and darkest secrets to the internet for bare likes. That's how I'm going to be internet famous. I'm telling you my blood type. And that I filed my taxes on time. It's O positive, by the way. Like, I'm just gonna look at all of you and just like actually address this. I know it's setting it up as a joke, but like actually know your blood type. It could save lives. Yeah, let's take a moment to actually completely go off course. Like, this is where my brain goes. Like, I've got mad ADHD, and you're about to experience that. Like, let's do it together. So yeah, we're talking blood types. Let's take a moment and study this. Like, and this is important. Okay. There are 4 different blood types, okay, in the human body here: A, B, AB, and O. And usually this stuff comes up when we talk about, recessive dominant genes, that sort of stuff. Usually grade 11 biology, that's when this stuff comes up, I think. And so, the thing to keep in mind is that, like, O is considered the universal donor. Okay, because a person with blood type O can give it to A, B, and AB. So everyone else over here is just like, O, like, I got you, right? Like you got me, right? Like, if things go wrong, we can juice you up, and all of us, A, B, and AB, we're gonna be fine. And that's true. That is true. Like, there's one more issue here. Is this like RF factor? But again, we're just trying to do science in like a minute here. Let's keep going. Okay, so O can give to everyone, the universal donor. Now, AB, on the other hand, so notice how these two are adjacent. That means beside each other. AB is the universal recipient, meaning it can take everyone else's blood. Now, let's speed run through the rest of it. A, unfortunately, can only take type A and O, and B can only take type B and O. So let's run through this one more time, right? O can give to absolutely everyone. Like O is the village bicycle that everyone can ride. Okay, let's look at it that way. And you're like, damn, that's cold. I mean, it kind of is. Like in a we need blood scenario, like O is going to come up and then pull up and come through. We got your back. AB, on the other hand, is kind of like, I'm living the good life. I can just kind of sit back, hang back. If things go wrong, everyone can save me. These are your idols, I guess. And then you've got A and B, who are, the status quo. Notice how if you look at this, right, that's half, right? 2 out of 4. Actually, it's said that like 7 out of 10 people can't do, or 7 out of 3 people can't do math. 7 out of 3 people can't do math. Say less. All right, so half the population, and these are just guesstimate numbers here, can be all right generally. Like if A's in trouble, like bleeding out, I need to call an ambulance, like I'm leaking. That's an old video. Like, you gotta check your meme. If A is just like in trouble, then blood type A and blood type O can save A. And if B's in trouble, then blood type B and blood type O can save B. Who saves O? Who saves O? How do I do this? We're gonna put a loyalty card here. Yeah. Just screw it. Y'all can know my legal name's Andrew. Look at that. Who saves O? I save myself, yo. That's what I do. I save myself. So, what's the lesson here? And I'm telling you, this stuff's not scripted. We're literally just kind of ad-libbing, making this up live, because this is live. Sometimes you gotta save yourself. Bars. Asif Music, what's good? What's good? We got a collab. Oh. Ignore the content of my mug. It really should say, let's collab. I gotta find a mug like that. This mug was so cute. Okay, I'm not encouraging drug use here. Like, for real. This is just a cute mug that I found. And I was like, yo, there's a little bit of adult humor in there. I guess I do abuse caffeine. It's the last legal drug. Yeah, like, right? Like, yeah, actually, if you watch this on VOD, you can watch me kind of like like lose my cool for a little bit there, as I realized I don't even have all access to all my Photoshop and Illustrator and all my Adobe stuff. Man, that backups, yo. That's the lesson there. And then I went on this whole like blood type tangent because we're supposed to be teaching folks how to video. Have we stalled enough? We stalled half an hour. Professional yapper. All right, make that trend. I don't know. Like I feel like that's kind of condescending though. I don't know. Is that pejorative? Is that like Sir's flexing his vocab? It's not a wordle word. But yeah, is that bad to be a professional yapper? Let me know in the chat. DaVinci Resolve. Okay, so yeah, we're supposed to share just a little bit more blood types. Why not, right? We're gonna dig right into this. But yesterday was kind of a double whammy. And you're like, well, double whammy? It was a really long day. Did I leave anything inappropriate here? Like this is how I would get canceled. 100%. Be brave. Roll on. All right. Yeah, it looks fine. So over here we've got a lot of footage from yesterday, and we met Chef Elias. So again, that's Chef Elias 416. Check him out on IG, or actually just visit him try his food at the Lula Lounge. Right? Just support local. Go and support these individuals by, trying their food, consuming their craft, like watching their vid, clicking like, subscribe. Should we support? Nice advert, sir. You're sneaky. But just look at this. When it loads. Story of my life. Okay, let's just pause that for a second. Why is it not loading? Where did it go? Well, that's reassuring. We're just gonna take we'll just take this for example. I don't know. Maybe I should just download it? Question mark. I wouldn't lose footage. I don't know. I'm just gonna take this very last video here, and I'm gonna download it. There we go.
Lomo saltado, second most popular dish in my opinion in Peru. Love it. Have it any day of the. Oh fuck. You're good. You're too much.
Right, and like I think this just gives y'all an authentic look into the world of content creation. Like it's hard, to be a freelancer and like to be on that grind. Like you are responsible like entirely on your successes and failures, and you don't want to be entirely dependent on that. You want to have a circle and to kind of expand that circle so that like you can prop each other up, right? So I think that's really the only way to move up is to move up together. And yeah, it's cool to be able to share in this world. Like I make videos for fun. Like I tell goofy stories on IG, and I try to just like add some music that I thought like if there's a soundtrack to life, like this is how I would see it. And sometimes people like get that humor. Sometimes people are like what's wrong with you? And that's fine, right? Like you don't have to be understood by everyone. It takes away the fun. It takes away the fun when you're predictable. But if you can be like, and this is so cliche, but if you can be authentically yourself, like that's the win. That's the biggest win. And I think part of the soul searching thing too is the realization that like, yes, I am authentically myself, but there are also so many filters and so many extra kind of like layers that I don't know, like I got to respect the company too, right? I got to respect the employer. I got to respect like the policies. And in a way it's like, maybe this is like the lunar New Year reference, but it's kind of nice to shed that skin. So to new beginnings. We're gonna come back over here. Right, just look at that food. Look at that.
Lomo saltado. Second most popular dish, in my opinion, in Peru. Love it. Have it any day.
All right, have it any day. And I think we kind of lost the momentum there, but we did find it. We did find it, and we're gonna find it again. Was this the one? I think this might be the one. And I still got footage to import. I literally just have to, pull it off the glasses, pull it off my phone. But I did want to actually how to video with y'all and learn a little bit. Let's look at another clip.
So I'll give him some rice. All right, so we have 2 more dishes to go.
Okay.
And that's it.
So I just want to intro. I already have. I can cook with this.
Yeah.
Just be like
Gloves off or gloves on?
gloves up. Just be like some lomo saltado. I don't know what you can say about that.
Right, and again, just this whole idea of being like not a food journalist almost, right? Like, I think in many ways a lot of us aspire to see the world, and that's literally my personal email, see the world, and when you see the world, eat all the good foods, and when you're eating all the good foods, share in those experiences with people who matter, people who are close to you. I decide to travel with this person, hey, or here are the people that I met on my travels, hey, right? And that's what makes this stuff actually really cool. Yeah. Is there refresh? How does this work? Okay. So right now we've got some viewers. I don't know, if you have any questions, just let me know. How do I see this? I saw it last time. This is my inexperience talking. Let's get this music going again. Story of my life. So YouTube Studio. And actually, let's look at, why not? Let's just look at some numbers together. Right? Full disclosure. But so far, we picked up a little bit of traction there. That's good. We got subscribers. Subscribers are cool. And if we just go back to content, we're doing all right, right? If we go to live, that's what's live right now. And kind of watch my own view in live control room. Yo, connect streaming service. So we got that set up already, and the chat is here. Oh, look at that. There's a metric graph. Okay, cool. I'm alright with this. Stream health. Excellent. The stream is healthy. We like that. Imagine if it just said unhealthy. Your caloric intake is excessive. You need to be more mindful of your saturated fats. Imagine that's what your stream said. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah. Let's go back to how to video. Yeah, so we got food things over here. Yeah, why don't we open up DaVinci Resolve and actually just try to figure out how this works. I think that's the most authentic experience. Did I do anything here? I'm just gonna delete that. I think this is just from opening. What's in here? No clips. Okay, sure. I think I opened this right after I installed it. And so here's basically a first look at DaVinci Resolve. It is software that I know about, but I actually do not have any personal experience with it. I have a friend in Hamilton who, yeah, he's an excellent videographer. We'll link him in the future. Yeah, let's save that for another stream, another moment. But he is an excellent videographer, and I think he swears by DaVinci Resolve just because of color correction and the level of control you can have, right, with your edits. So we're gonna fumble through this. I'm gonna, okay, it's maximized, sure. Can I just drop like this clip? Okay. So the selected clips have a different frame rate to the project. You can't undo this though. The selected clips have a different frame rate to your project. So I think, yeah, I think we should change it, right? Because you want your frames kind of like your beats per minute to line up. So right, these little sliders here. Okay, so this is good. We actually want to see this. And I think in an optimal situation, I can spin probably this, like this output, to a second screen, like which is where I have the chat right now. Yeah, that makes sense. So right now I've got, here's my clip. This is just, I guess, my little canvas here. And if I just plop, yeah, exactly. So if I just plop, this is very similar to other video apps. I think, right? In terms of this interface. Now on mobile, because I've been mostly doing things on mobile, it doesn't, like, I like to think that it's almost easier. Like you just hit like the plus and it's like add clip. But so many of us are like so ingratiated right into the systems that we learn. Like if this is the one that you started with, like you want to stay with it, you're a fan for life. And I guess part of what I'm doing right now is just trying to break out of that for myself. The same thing that I would model if this would have been a classroom, right? So I appreciate you tuning in. This is the halfway mark, the halftime show of the lunchtime stream here. Okay, we're gonna go back into the corner. Hey, one day it was like watch a movie together. All right, name that movie. Nobody puts baby in a corner. You can name it in the chat. I'll give you the thumbs up. Oh, okay. So if I just scrub along, the audio automatically plays.
Second most popular dish, in my opinion, improved. Love it. Have it any day of the. Oh, fuck. You're getting.
Okay, so again, we're practicing. It almost shows, like right now, a lot of these clips look like practice clips, right? We're trying to present all the final takes are with Royce Visual and Royce Aleem, right? Is a friend near and dear to me. So we are gonna mute this track, and now that allows us to, DJ through this. Lips are too dry. Wait a second here. Let's try this again. Maybe a little more music. Here we go. Here we go. Did I ruin it? I think I might have scrubbed it a little too hard. Here we go. That's the timeline. Right, red's the timeline. Chef's cooking, right? And that's kind of like how my brain goes. Like it just kind of jumps literally from like one thing to the next. And what you're watching is kind of my creative process. Like, you're watching me like struggle, but also like have a blast doing it. Like, and then try to find like little reasons to keep going, to keep progressing. Right? Like this shit's fun. Like I'm coming back to this, Ariel. Oh, grab! I gotta grab right here. Check it out, I feel my flow. Now the I can so everybody come on 1, 2, 3, now 1, 2, 3, let's go. There's a certain mystique every single time that I speak, cause my poetry is deeper words that you keep in your mind every single time that I rhyme, cause I rhyme in time. Yeah, I said that 1, 2, 3 times. Now who you know no fresher than Drew. Now riddle me that. The rest of y'all know where I'm lyrically at, cause none of y'all mirror me back, cause hear me raps like hearing Kendrick in his prime. I'm young DT, a rap's Grateful Dead, now here to take over the globe and break bread. I'm in Boeing Jets, Global Express. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You already know this. This my magnum opus. Fresh. Check it out. Yeah. How's that? What rust? Orange porridge, maybe door hinge. Bars. This video will never get done. I'm gonna get fired. That's day one. But we're here to learn and make beats. I should focus. So what else can we do with this clip? We can hit color. Whoa, what is this math? What in the math? What is this? Boing. Oh, shit. Thank you, Bubblebee. Bubblebee, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. I feel like you're always there. Thank you. You've been there since the intro. This is the intro? No way. This is the intro. This is Angry Birds. What is this? The heck is that? Oh, these are different connections. Oh, so I guess as more clips, no stills created. No, I should only be focusing on one right now. Well, no, yeah, you're only supposed to focus on one right now. Okay, so maybe this is like a timeline of some sort, and to show you like where things are wired, how it's wired. This is fun though. Boing. No, well, there is a manual, but I'm being my stubborn self. I also find that I learn best when I just kind of throw myself at it. This music might be a bit loud again. Maybe it's just in my head. Yeah, no manual. I will look at the manual. Usually, like when I'm stuck, when I'm really frustrated. And I think that's a side of me that's, I don't know. Like for the folks who are like really like, you know, in that inner family circle, and they see that, and it's like, you know, you're hurting. You are hurting. And it's like, okay, well, we heal. We find ways to heal, and we do it together. I'm gonna get some more water. We're back. Yeah. Oh, I don't get notifications when a stream starts. I don't. I think this is the part where we say like you got to like turn the notifications on. I think that's part of like the YouTube thing. They're always like, hey, like I always notice that 70% of the people who watch this channel don't actually subscribe, and and then there's some usual like follow up, like make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn your notifications on. I think that's something you have to actively do. I think that is in the like YouTube starter kit. I didn't watch any YouTube starter kits. You're watching it, like we're doing this, but we're still learning, right? It's not the end of the lunch hour yet. We committed to at least an hour. I think an hour every day to learning. I think that's important. So for me, it's like I'm dedicating at least an hour every day to learning about like streaming videos, like putting things together. Full disclosure, right? Like really not a word of lie. I'll probably end up cutting this video together on my phone because like this is intimidating. There's a lot happening here. But we're gonna dive right back in. Okay, we're gonna stop stalling. Look at these wheels. Okay, so I think. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing. The preview, like this bouncy line, not important right now. Right? Like, I think it'd be fine just kind of mushed up over here. Like, it's fun though. Okay. But lift. What's happening here? Because we're just pushing colors along. Now, as we go more right and more blue. So again, these little wheels here kind of give you a sense of like directionality. And if I want to like steal the show from just hijack back to royal purple, I could, right? Like, but that, like, no, we go up together. That's how this works. Gamma. So again, those are like your hues almost, right? So why would I bump like one and not the other, right? Like if I were to, this is where my brain's going. It's like, okay, if I were to move two together, like, does that just make it more like yellow? If I'm just making Chef here a minion, right? Like how much? Okay, so this is more like, I actually kind of like this yellow, to be honest. Oh crap, is it stuck? No. Oh, okay. So, there. And once I hold it, I think this is easier on a knob, right? Like, so if there's some kind of like dial or some kind of analog stick, right? I think that makes more sense. Like I'm right now just kind of pressing and holding, or maybe even a tablet. Maybe I'll set up a tablet later and I just kind of drag the. Actually, that's cool. That's a cool idea. Yeah, I'll look at that later. Focus. So, oh, geez, yikes. What have I done? It's like more yellow. Like it's right. Like right now, it's got that like the color was adjusted wrong kind of look, right? Like right now, it's just yeah. But if I keep going over here, it's almost like it's not wrong. We wanted it this way, right? It has this like. Like this is almost like the yellow swipe to a Nike kind of advert. It's like, phew, like excellence, fine dining, just do it, something like that, right? Like it has as more of a like a bold. Like maybe that's why it's called lift. I don't know. We're gonna keep pushing, so we're gonna take gain here. We're still just push everything to the yellow. Now it's like greenish. What the heck? Okay, so we got our clarity back. Is that what happened? Like here was like I could see myself like committing to this yellow, and it's like, hey, it's bold, right? It's like a like Bumblebee Transformers. Bumblebee. Maybe that's the inspiration. Bumblebee. Shout outs to you for always being there. Through all the journeys. It should be bubble. Like the stream is not how-to video. The video should be how to go through metamorphosis and become a bumblebee. When I grow up, I want to be a bumblebee. And I was like, you can't be a bumblebee. You're a human. But I want to identify as a bumblebee. Live your best life. And I'm not saying this to be an ass, but like, if you legit identify as like, I don't know, an object, right? Like, I want to be like an Apache helicopter. Like, you go be the best Apache helicopter. Yeah, right? If you identify as an Apache helicopter, go and be the best Apache helicopter. It's not a laughing matter. Chef, what are we doing to you here? You're like, you went from like yellow, like jaundiced. That's a bad joke. Like I was jaundiced as a baby. It was scary. Like this, does that make it okay? Like actually, this is a good one to ask in the chat there. Is it okay to make a joke about something that you've survived? Right, like this is a deep like conversation topic. We used to have this. It's like, is there anything that is so serious you should never joke about? And there are multiple kind of like arguments to that. One is like a joke is a joke, just live a little. But then there's also if this is a joke that is rooted in hate, it just comes with like it encourages another group's suffering. Like then don't say it. Like don't. Right? Like, don't be that person. That's a hard one. Yeah, we're not gonna make one of those jokes right now because this is how not to YouTube. This is how to video. Yeah. So I did have jaundice as a baby. It was not good. Bile duct was clogged. Okay, let's go to a different color here. Now we're going to Avatar. Okay, whoa, what happened here? What? Okay, let's just push these back to normal. It's like zeros. Let's zero these out. Would it just be faster if I just go here and hit 0? Yeah. Right? Like, because there's a threshold to this drag. Like I can't just I can swing it across, but if I slow down, it actually becomes a lot more precise, right? And I think this is meant to emulate like an analog stick movement, right? Like that micro movement. Like there's an actual, I have to actually adjust. Like there's a speed ramp. That's what it's called, right, for my mouse. Anyway, so everything's back to 0 here. Let's go to game and right. How to video. Little did you know this ended up being a clinic in color correction. Self-taught, I guess. So gain over here. What? Oh, offset. Not the guy from Migos. The actual label here. But those are not zeros. Well, let's. Oh, and if everything's zeroed, it's literally black. Whoa. Undo. Control Z. Yeah, this is a good spot to bring it back to. Actually, this was an interesting spot. A color grading version is added. Oh, so I think Control Z's big steps. Is that it? Once I go forward again, it usually invalidates redo. So Control Z and then Control Shift Z is to redo. Interesting. Yeah, I think I definitely scuffed this. I think I The trick to undo is the moment that you start redoing, it's GG. That's okay. This is fixable. What are we gonna do next? We're gonna swing over here. Oh, everything's kind of janky right now. Okay. Oh, we're coming back to zero. Okay, relatively. So we can't zero out everything. Gain needs to have a natural value, I guess, of 1 in your whites, right? Because if that's 0, oh, okay, completely change the mood, right? Like if we just went this route, we're almost like making a jump scare video. We don't want to do that. Let's go back to 1. Oh, we're still learning. We're moving. We're vibing. I don't know. Do you guys like this stuff? Like it. Let me know in the chat there if you're enjoying this learning experience. Let me know in the chat. So gain still pushes those colors, but if you go too far, or is it the offset that really? And look at these numbers, like. So like any of them by themselves can affect the general like hue, right? The general like nuance or the color, like the tint. I guess I don't know. Like what's the right word for this? The right tint to the scene, and by stacking or combining them together, like let's push for purple here for a moment. Stay on brand. Whoa. But see how, like, look at the way that like the counter right behind Chef. Like, look at the apron here. Let's look at this area, right? And look at how that is affected when you're right. Like, you can use this to hide imperfections, right? Like, if you're like, hey, like there's some blemishes there, right? Like on the counter. I'm just looking at this stuff. Oh! I don't want to. Spacebar? Hand? Whoa, okay. Oh, I can't. How do I go to a different part of the screen? No, don't. Hand. Hand mode. There's still eyedropper. Okay, screw it. But if I just push these colors up in a certain way here, right? So maybe this, I don't know, this kind of thing, I don't know, could in some way help me in the future. Yeah, I should really take a moment to kind of like learn what these terms individually do. Right? And I'm sure there's a help lift. You raise me up. Okay, so maybe just color correction. Color. I'll find a YouTube video. Right. So and again, that's the back and forth here. This like that's the intimate relationship that you make with Google or YouTube at this point. I don't know. Why don't I just kind of look and see how my own channel is doing again? Why don't we check in? No, that's not what we're doing. I just want to pull up this screen. There we go. Lock in hard. But what are we looking for again? It's color correction. DaVinci Resolve. Look at that. Now it's a Let's Watch series.
What is up, people? Dunna here, and today we're going to be taking a look at my personal process for color grading inside DaVinci Resolve. So grab your color grading beverage of choice, and let's get into this. So the other day over on my Instagram, where you should definitely be following me, I posted this photo, and a couple of people with a keen eye noticed that I was using DaVinci Resolve. This is something that I've been doing for a couple of months now. I've been doing all my YouTube videos from start to finish, editing, color grading, audio, everything, and I absolutely love it. Especially the color grading features, because it's so powerful. But a lot of people get intimidated because they don't understand nodes, they don't understand what it looks like. It's totally different from what they're used to in other nonlinear editors. So today what I'm gonna do is go through my color grading process and how I've been approaching it, and maybe kind of demystify a little bit about the nodes, because it's really not as difficult as you think it is, and it's so powerful. But first, a couple of quick disclaimers. First of all, I am not a professional colorist. I do this for my YouTube and for any client work that I get, but that's about as far as that goes. Second of all, Resolve is so powerful. There is so much more that you can do than just what I'm going to show you in this video, but it should get you started as far as color grading within the program itself. And thirdly, all these lights that I've got going on around me to film this video, I wouldn't normally have them on while I'm color grading. I would probably have a much darker room so that I can focus just on the colors of what's going on in the shot. Anyway, let's get into this. All right, so what we've got here is a finished shot of my wife. We were out for a walk the other day. She's just blocking the sun from hitting her face. And we've got the finished version, and then we've got a blank slate so I can show you how I got there. And just for fun, I'm not actually gonna reference that other one. I'm just gonna show you my process, so we'll see how close I actually get to the other version as I work through the process. So as you can probably tell, this is shot in S-Log3. So the first thing that we're gonna do is add a couple of nodes. So you can either add nodes by going right click, add node, corrector, and then you can connect it like this.
Shit, that's what that does.
Or you can just hit Option or Alt S and it'll automatically connect it all for you. We're actually gonna hit 4 of these, and we're gonna start by labeling them. The first one is going to be white balance. The second one is going to be called pre-log. The third one is going to be
layers,
called log.
your layers of
and
color.
The fourth one is going to be called post-log, and I'm gonna explain all of that in a second. Now, these are what are called serial nodes. So what happens is that one feeds into the next one, feeds into the next one, feeds into the next one. So when you're starting with, let's say this first one, if I make it all blue, you can see that it affects all of them. And then when I go into the pre-log node, when I click on that one and I start adjusting it, I'm starting from the place that left off from that first node. So it's very much like layers would be in any other nonlinear editor, but it just looks a little bit different. So we're starting here, and then we're moving into that one, into this one, into that one. So if I start changing this one, it's only affecting the ones after it, and it's not affecting the white balance.
And I did
one.
everything
Reset
to the background.
all of these.
Yeah.
Funny enough, the first thing that I do is go to the third one. There are 2 ways that I approach this. First of all, if I shot it specifically to use the Leeming LUTs, which is a specific LUT pack, and they have a specific way that you set up your shots, then I can go to my favorite LUTs, which I've put it in there, and I can choose Leeming LUT for S-Log3. And that has converted from S-Log3 to Rec 709 in a specific way. Now, what I'm gonna do for this one, because I didn't specifically shoot it with the Leeming LUT in mind, I'm actually gonna go to Open Effects, I'm gonna choose Color Space Transform and drag it on there. And what this is gonna do is essentially transform it from that S-Log3 into Rec 709. So it should make it look more like a normal image. So we're gonna go Input Color Space, we're gonna go down and choose S-Gamut 3 Cine, and you can see how it changed the color ever so slightly on that. And then we're gonna go to Input Gamma, and I'm gonna go down and choose S-Log3. And then our output color space, currently the timeline is set to Rec 709, so it's already doing it, but just in case, let's go down and choose Rec 709 on both of these. So if we look at the before, of course, it looks like an S-Log3, and looking at the waveform, you can tell it's squished into the middle. If we look at the after on that log node, it's stretched it out a little bit. Now, we're very bright, and so this is why I have a pre-log node, because now I can have some changes going into that log node. And just so that it's said, that log node, pre-log, post-log, those are just names that I made up that help me remember what I'm doing. You can name them whatever you want. So remembering that all of the nodes are now in order because these are serial nodes, we're going to affect the pre-log, which is going to change anything going into that color space transform. So what we're going to do is make it darker at this point before the log. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for anything that's black. Now you can see her glove here should have some pretty dark parts on it, and I'm gonna go to my lift and pull that down. You can see down in the waveforms here that this little chunk here, that's where her glove is. And if you really want, you can go to here and show extents. And then that's showing me a nice line where the bottom is. There's even one that's dipping a little bit further down, must be in her jacket here or something like that. So we're gonna bring that down until we're very close to black here. And then we're just gonna bring the gain up just a little bit to make the bright parts brighter. So we're just stretching it out a little bit further. And then I'm gonna bring my gamma down. So basically I'm just trying to get it to kind of a neutral place where it looks kind of standard, almost like we didn't use a picture profile at all. Now, working backwards one more time, I'm gonna go back to my white balance. Down here, there's a little color picker. I'm gonna choose something that's white. So the snow happens to be quite handy for this as long as it's not blown out. There we go, so it made a slight color adjustment. So these first three are basically just getting us from this, our S-Log3 image, to kind of a neutral looking image. Now we're gonna use our post log, and this is where we're gonna do kind of our more creative grade. So I'm gonna decide, do I want more saturation? Do I want more contrast? Those kinds of things. And the place that I like to start with this is in my curves. So I'm gonna add just a slight curve, pull it down in the shadows, and just push it back in kind of my midtones and highlights. So just a slight contrast curve here, and that's looking pretty good. I might just add some saturation, just a little bit of color, going for something nice and vibrant and bright here. And then if we wanted to get even more creative in this specific node, we could start to add some color contrast. So for example, I could go into my lift and I could push this down into kind of a more bluey, tealy thing. And then I could push my gamma up into more of a red-orange kind of thing. And so now we've added a little bit of color contrast. Now, alternatively, what you could do if you didn't want to mix those together in the same node, you could actually reset those and do another node, color contrast, or something like that, and then do that same thing. Now we can see before and after that change. There's our contrast. So you can do stuff all in the same node if you really want to, or you can split it out into as many nodes as you want. In the original version of this, I didn't split that out. I just have one post log thing. And actually in my contrast, I'm gonna warm it up a little bit. So I pushed it a little bit warmer, and I've added some contrast in that node. And we've got one more that's color contrast, but we're actually gonna scrap that one for now because there's another way that I prefer to do my color contrast. Okay, so I'm gonna rechange this to call it post log. So now we've got kind of our creative color grade on that. And that looks pretty good. We could call it done there if we really wanted to, but we're gonna take it another step further with a different way to do color contrast. I'm gonna make a new node, and I'm going to take my offset, which is the entire image, and I'm gonna pump a little bit of kind of teal into it. And then I'm gonna lower the gamma, which is gonna make it a little bit darker. If you wanna know about lift, gamma, and gain, I have a whole nother video about that, so you can check that out. And then I'm gonna right click on this, I'm gonna click add node and choose layer. Now what this has done, as you can see, it took away what was happening in that node. It's feeding from the post log node into both of these, and then back into something called a layer mixer. Now the one on the bottom is overriding anything that happens on the top. So what we're gonna do with this bottom one is just make a selection with the qualifier, make sure we're selected on this tool here, and then select her skin. And if we hit Shift H, we can see better what we're selecting.
Wow.
And then just make a
Literally, it's
selection.
Photoshop inside of a video
hit
editor.
denoise a little bit.
Holy crap.
And blur radius to soften it out. You can hit Shift H again or choose the highlight option, which is here. And now you can see
this
this
is
top
powerful,
node
but it's
of our
intimidating.
layers is only affecting everything except for the skin. Now it's doing a really extreme job so that you can see the difference. But what we're gonna do now is highlight that node again, go into our key, and we're gonna pull that down. This is basically
Masking.
like opacity. So I can pull that down, let's say to 30%. Now it's just a slight difference. And then we can rename this, call that no skin, we'll call this skin. So then together, we add a little bit of that color contrast, just a different way that you can do it. And personally, I like to do it this way. After the layer mixer, I'm going to add another node. This one, I'm going to go to my blur and sharpen properties. We're going to just sharpen the image just a little bit. Find that when I shoot S-Log3 with the detail all the way down like it is, it's just a little softer than I'd like it. So we'll do a little bit of sharpening, add one last node, and sometimes I like to add a vignette. Not all the time, but if I really want to draw your eye in, and right now there's a lot of bright stuff around the edges, so we're just going to draw the eye in to the center. So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to go to our curves. We're going to drop this down in the middle. Actually, I might even do it
And pinch.
like so. And then we're going to add a window. We're going to choose a circular window. We're going to invert it, soften it out,
That's cool.
and maybe something like that. You can see the vignette. It just kind of draws your attention in towards her face. And so that's pretty much my whole chain of nodes that I like to use, with a couple of alterations depending on which way you want to do it. So again, if we go back to the start, we start off by adding our log conversion to Rec 709. Then we do pre-log, so we're going to change the levels going into that color space transform. Then we do our white balance. Then we do our post-log, which is basically our grade, the heart of it anyway. Next we have our color contrast. Adds a little bit of a pop where your subject comes off, especially the skin tones. And then we've got a little bit of sharpening, and a little bit of a vignette, which I forgot to label. There we go. So going from the point of Rec 709 to our finished product, I think we got a pretty solid grade there. Let's see how close it was to the original. So the original was a lot darker, a little more stylized maybe, but they both look pretty good. So that's my color grading process.
All right.
90% of the time, that's kind of the layout
Danny,
that I
wow.
use for my
Okay,
nodes.
thank you.
Hopefully that cleared up a little bit about how the nodes work. They're
does,
really
it
not
does.
as scary as people think they are. And if you do have any questions about this process, or you want to hear more about it, make sure to leave a comment down below. And on your way down there, hit that like button and subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on future tutorials and reviews. Thank you
There's
so
the
much
bell.
for watching, and thanks so much for those who suggested me doing this video. And I'll see you next time.
Well, and thanks for proving to us that the search works. You know, this is exactly the content that we were looking for here. So let's run through this together, right? We were supposed to like it, we're supposed to subscribe, and we're supposed to turn the bell on. There you go. That's how this works. Thank you, Danny. Yeah. For real. I am glad we were able to share in this time together. Back to the music. XYZ. Yeah, but I think that's it. I think we're gonna pack it up here. I'm gonna go to lunch, and if y'all watched, thank you for tuning in. You know, Bumblebee, John, thanks for coming through. Who else do we have here? Do we have another person? Asif came through, and More Than Kynan came through as well. Anyone I missed, I'm sorry. Like this looks kind of funky in OBS. It's different from what I'm used to the layout. But before, this was actually vertical, right? It was kind of rotated, and so I was reading the chat like perfectly, but then everything else had this super odd, like aspect ratio. Like it was just scuffed. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, folks. Thanks for popping in at the lunch hour. And we are gonna, if you enjoyed this stream format, we are gonna do this actually all over again tonight, but this time for video games, right? And we're gonna continue that over here on this channel. I think it's already in my profile there, but it's TTV/high school teacher. I thought about revising that as well to either say less or like what the pivot, but I like that handle. It's too good to give up, so I'll hold on to it until you know, a new high school teacher, a new hero comes. Then I'll pass the torch. I'll let it go. Then I can stay on brand, you know, with all socials, because now I've gone back. For a while, it was all in sync. It was all Knight Rider. You know, it was all this skateboard, like Uber character, Uber Eats delivery character. That got me through some rough shit. And now it's the proper. I think it's the proper next piece. It's the proper transition, proper story to continue. So. I think, folks, I appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to get some lunch. Till next time, folks, stay gold. Oh, yeah. Beats. Oh, shit. Gotta hit stop.